Hey there, Sandy Root here, and today I want to talk about focus some more and what we're concentrating on in regards to our debt. If you're in issues with debt, and I did focus on a video the other day about focusing on what you really want. Don't focus on the debt in your life. And, you know, today I want to talk more about, that feeling like you can change your feelings in an instant. And, a lot of times we're running this tape in our head of past problems or future problems that aren't even real yet. And so with the debt, I get a lot of responses, comments on my videos, people who regret that they went to school, that they got in debt. And, that regret feeling is coming from repeating this story, this past thing over and over of, oh, why did I do that? I shouldn't have done that. I'm in debt now. They look at this is bad, and focusing on that. And it's like, would you go to a movie and replay, if you went to a movie and it was a bad movie, if it was awful, would you keep replaying that or go see that movie 100 more times? No. But that's what we do in our heads. Like, we'll have this awful memory or this awful idea, but we'll replay it and replay it and replay it and replay it, and making ourselves not feel good. And we get stuck in that cycle because when you're focusing in that way, it makes it come more and more, and it's hard to get out of. But you can change it in an instant. Like, if you can think of something in the past that was awful and painful like that, you can think of something in the past that was ecstatic and made you so joyful in a minute. And if you think of something this instant, you start to get that feeling inside of you of ecstasy and joy. So really, we can, in not focusing on our debt, but focusing more on what we want, we can have those feelings inside that are going to help us manifest that which we want in our life. I know a lot of stories of people, who've had bad situations with debt, but I've heard of some amazing stories too, where people really changed it around. I don't believe that it's something to regret. We got ourselves into it. Regret isn't going to get us anywhere. It's something at that point where we can learn something from it and we can shift it and do something to change it. But regretting it and reliving it over and over and over is going to keep us stuck. So I wanted to share this analogy that I heard from Tony Robbins, about focusing on where you want to go, not on what you fear. A lot of times we're fearing also the future of, oh no, this debt, what am I going to do? That's going to be here forever. This is bad. I'm not going to be able to buy this house. I'm not going to be able to travel. How am I going to support my family? So these things of thinking in the future also that haven't even happened yet are going to create that. Our thoughts create things. They create our life. They manifest. So Tony Robbins was talking about when he used to be in racing school for race car driving, and the teacher would say, if you're going into a skid, focus on where you want to go. Don't focus on where you don't want to go. So if you're skidding like into a wall, naturally a lot of times we'll look at the wall like to get out of the situation. But actually, if we're focusing in that wall, we're hundreds of times more likely to go right into it, skid right into it. So, it took some practice, but he eventually learned, like, if you're going into a skid towards that wall, focus on where you want to go and have faith. So remember that, have faith. Focus on where you want to go, not where you don't want to go with the debt. Where do you want this to go? Where do you want your life to go? How do you want to, live your life, and how do you want to feel? So, it also sometimes, he was also saying, even if when you're focusing on what you want, there's like sometimes a lag time, it doesn't go right there. Like, okay, sometimes there's a lag time between focusing on what you want and it showing up. If he was focusing on that wall, though, he would have gotten there a lot quicker. But when he was focusing There's a little bit of a lag time. So it's the same thing with the debt. If you're focusing on that, then you're going to go towards that. If you're focusing on what you desire in your life, you're going to go towards that. But there may be a lag time. And that's why it's even more important to start now focusing on what you want in your life. It takes some time for your body and your psychology and things to get in place, in the universe. So try it out, focusing on what you want once again, and have faith, and trust that that will manifest. And don't give up. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Ciao.